Shalom, shalom. It's good to be here again with all of you, both live as I see you, Steve, and also with those people who are listening to me either on streaming or in the podcast or on YouTube. We're in lots of places at the same time. So, this is the 21st day of the counting of the Omer. 21 days from Pesach until the total count of 49 when we get to Shavuot, the imaginary track that we are on that goes from the Exodus of Egypt all the way to the Mount Sinai. And as we are on that track, each of us together, we are also at the same time learning about the qualities that we need to examine within ourselves as we are on this track. And today, the quality that is emphasized is the quality which is called Tiferet. Now, one translation to that quality is beauty, but the Zohar, the mystical teachings of our tradition, further explain that this quality that we're thinking about this week is also compassion, but it's really even more than that. It is about balancing or blending together all the different values that are competing with one another inside of ourselves. So, as we go through life, we have lots of different things that are competing for attention in our lives. We have our own ego that wants to make ourselves feel good, and we have the selflessness value of wanting to give of ourselves, and we have also jealousy and many other things that arise within ourselves. Tiferet, this quality that we are working on this week, says let's balance all these things together, not rid ourselves. It's impossible to rid ourselves of all of these competing values that are taking place inside of us. We can't rid ourselves of them, but let's try and provide some balance. When we try and provide balance, then we are going to feel a kind of beauty and a peace inside us if we are able to provide some kind of balance between all of these competing values that are inside of us. Not letting go of them, but understanding that we need them all in order to make up our total self. Now, this quality of Tiferet, like many of the qualities that we have, balance, this quality also extends to the idea of how we create borders in our lives, how we create a sense of stability in our lives, because after all, to have balance means you're stable. And we can think of balance like on a balance beam. When a gymnast is walking across a balance beam, they need a sense of stability, a physical stability, in order to balance themselves on this small, narrow beam. But there's also a kind of emotional stability that we need to have as well. We need to find a kind of balance that centers us and allows us to walk on this, not on the balance beam that is in the gym, but the balance beam of life that keeps us upright and moving forward, because we need to find that balance within ourselves. For the gymnast, he imagines that he is on this single plane. He imagines that how he is standing and how his weight is centered. For us as spiritual beings, we do the same thing. We imagine how all of our competing values and virtues need to be aligned, not disappeared, need to be aligned, so that we are able to manage ourselves on this balance beam of life. That's really what we're trying to do, is manage on this balance beam of life. And so this week, let's imagine how we can balance things in our life. And for the rabbis, ultimately, this is going to help us develop not only a more well-rounded personality, but also an open heart of compassion. And our prayer for today, taken from the daily prayer book, is very simple words: Petach libi, open my heart, God, da'at v'chachma, to wisdom and understanding and knowledge of Torah, so that we may be filled with a sense of awe and wonderment and beauty in our lives. Today is also the Yom HaAtzmaut, the 76th anniversary of the founding of the State of Israel. And we have so many mixed emotions right now. It's a perfect idea of saying how our mixed emotions are in conflict with one another. Both proud to celebrate this day of Israel, but also fearful for Israel, fearful for the situation in Middle East, fearful for the safety of our people as well as the Gazan people, fearful for how the entire world can fall into conflict. We're praying for balance. We're praying for balance, saying that if everyone can get a sense of balance, a sense of footing, then perhaps all of us can go forward in this precarious balance of life. I suspect that when we analyze the title, Fiddler on the Roof, what is really being told there with that image of a fiddler on the roof is how in the world does that fiddler find balance to play a violin on the roof. We're going to now go to the mourner's kaddish, where today, as we do the mourner's kaddish, we're thinking about all those who we remember with reverence, especially as coming off of Israel Memorial Day, especially those who have given their lives in a search for peace in the Middle East. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbam, B'alma divra kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam le'amei amaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitboar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yidadar v'yidaleh v'yidalal shemei d'kedusha barichu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shamaya, v'chayim olenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, olenu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Thank you, everybody, for being with me, for being with us, for us to be together today, and we wish you a week ahead of great balance. Shavua Tov. Have a good